Hey everyone, we're about to go into the third match of an Eldritch Moon draft. We are 2-0, going to try to go 3-0, and we got another pretty good hand here. 2-drop, 3-drop, and removal is what I want. So we're also on the play, so our Hinterland Logger could just be a 4-2 smashing face on turn 3 without too much trouble. So seems good to me. I don't have any white, so there's that problem, but I think we'll overcome that. Hopefully. We have a while, I guess. It would be nice to draw it next turn so we can play our Dawngriff, but if we don't, then, you know, maybe we'll draw a green card instead of a white one. Then we can play it. Don't play anything. Pass your turn. Aww. Yeah, that thing is way better than it looks. Good, we did draw white. Well, we're going to swing. We don't have any way to block it. The good news is when we make our tokens, we'll be able to block it, but it'll probably have made a couple Eldrazi by then. Seems likely anyway. The Dawngriff Spectral Reserves combo has been surprisingly strong so far, so let's go for it. We can kill it with Blessed Alliance, it's worth noting. Maybe that would have been the smart move. Although if he decides to use his Wharf Infiltrator ability, this will transform, so we have that going for us. If he decides to pay 2 to make a token, that is. If he chooses not to, then it doesn't matter. It's probably just, the idea is just to play Spectral Reserves next turn. That way I have tokens that can just block it. Seems pretty good to me. Will he discard a creature? He gets to loot either way. And he already did, so he's trying to decide what to discard. If he discards a creature, he makes a 3-2 Eldrazi. He does, then. Looks like this is a blue-green Emerge deck. That does mean my guy's going to become a 4-2, which is pretty great. He doesn't necessarily have to pay the 2, I guess. I mean, yeah, he can block it with the Eldrazi, but it'll kill the Eldrazi and run him over for 2 because when he flips, he has trample. She flips. There's the Eldrazi token. Oh, do you still have a spell to play somehow? Seems unlikely. Yeah, I think we swing. Oh, he does have something. That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. Wow. Doubly disappointing. Okay. Yeah, I guess we don't really want our opponent to keep being able to do that nonsense. We get in for 2. And we end our turn. Lots of 3-color decks today. Yeah, that guy would have been nice. I'm going to cast Spectral Reserves this time. And we'll end our turn there. So we can get 3/4 of the way to Delirium, but then how are we going to get a land in our graveyard? We don't have enchantments. We have 1 artifact, but it doesn't actually go to the graveyard, so... And we only have 1 card with Delirium, but I'm just saying it's going to be hard to make it happen. Unless my opponent makes me discard a land. Which doesn't seem very likely. Alright. All the lands aren't great, but at least it means we can use our Blessed Alliance, like every mode of it, I guess. Not that untapping my spirits does a whole lot right now anyway, so I probably wouldn't use them all. At least we have a 4-2 now, right? Seems like blue's a splash color almost, but it's probably not. Red's probably the splash color, and he's just not drawing blue. If you have Wharf Infiltrator and Ingenious Scob, you can't be splashing blue. Drag under. Okay, that is really not good for us right now because we're not drawing much. Oh, right, it doesn't go. I was thinking I went to the top of my library. So if he swings with both, I think it's just fine to use Blessed Alliance. Killing one of them is fine with me. And we may as well use 2 modes. Target player gains 4 life. Target opponent sacrifices an attacking creature. Either one of those dying is good. I think I'd rather kill the Scob, probably. But we basically negate his attack this turn, so at least there's that. This can transform and become a relevant body later. So there is that, but this just can cause all kinds of problems. Yeah, that makes sense. It's probably what I would have done too. Well, like I said, I mean, paying mana, 4 mana to kill either one of those was fine with me. Plus gaining 4 life, obviously. Obsessive Skinner. Sorcery. Nope. No Delirium yet. Okay. We're going to swing with both of these. Then we're going to play both the creatures in our hand. We'll hold on to this forest for bluffing purposes, make it seem like we've got something more going on than we actually do. I mean, we can double block the Scob, but it's such a bad idea. Like, if our opponent just plays any instant or sorcery, we're just like, well, that was a waste, so we're just going to take it. Right now, I mean, this is a race we win thanks to our spirits. But I'm sure the board's about to change one way or another. Two of them. Great, great. Well, there's another logger. Don't hate that, because at least when they transform, they're a force to be reckoned with, even on this board. Well, now we can triple block, but he can take down everything with it, so... I guess we can double block this one, and he'd have to play 2 spells. That's not too terrible. Alright, taking inventory. Seems like a blue-red spells deck almost, in a weirdly enough. I don't know what he's splashing red for. It could be Spreading Flames, though. That's definitely... Like, if you can splash red and you have a Spreading Flames, you should probably splash red. So I'm just going to take this again. So if we draw a land, both our guys transform. That doesn't seem too bad. Ugh. Yeah, we have one of those, don't we? Yeah, I think we saw it once, but never played it. Oh, no cards. Good. I like the sound of that. Well, I think it's probably just better to let them both transform, because the Cathar doesn't really do anything on this board right now. I guess he can block or something, but it doesn't really seem worth it. Right, in my turn there, they both transform. So now blocking is a lot better. At least this. Blocking that's not so good. Oh, there's the other ongoing investigation. We have to beat that twice today? Come on. Whose idea was that? Ugh. He has plenty of creatures in his graveyard, too. It's going to be so hard to beat. Yeah, we definitely bring in our extra enchantment hate in game 2. Yeah, and he's emerging something, too. Great. Value Town. I bet it is Spreading Flames. Oh, come on. You want my flyers to stop being able to attack? We still have pretty good attacks right now with our 2 Timber Shredders. But our opponent does get an Eldrazi token and a card in his hand from this Wretched Griff. So, oh, he also just played 2 spells. So, they're both going to untransform anyway. So yeah, our opponent's definitely sticking it to us right now. I probably double block this Scob with these 2. Yeah. That is what we do. Gives more fuel to ongoing investigation, unfortunately for us. All the lands. Okay, well, we're going to play our Cathar. I guess I'm going to equip this to a flyer in my turn. But yeah, we're in trouble. Our opponent can just make tons of clues. He can gain life. He can just do everything. This is kind of like when we get Graph Mole and not ongoing investigation. Whatever enchantment it is we have into play, like he's got it all in one place already. It's messed up. He has to play 2 spells. I think it's probably worth double blocking the Ingenious Scob and praying, given our situation. If he has 2 spells, then we're pretty sad. But this is kind of a losing proposition already, unless we draw our big Eldrazi guy who can blow that thing up. Yeah, that hurts. 1 spell will work if it's a spell that pumps your guys. What now? Oh god. It hurts so much. Yeah, we're done. So there's no way we can come back, really. So we're bringing in Root Out. And Mockery of Nature would be nice to draw. Take out Silver for Partisan, I think. It doesn't really do a whole lot in our deck other than be a 3-mana creature. We have a few werewolves, but it hasn't really come up. Alright, I would like to play first. This is a good one. I think we play Hinterland Logger first for the same reason we wanted to last game, because it has the potential to transform right away in an early game. Yeah, I think it's a better 2-drop than that guy too right now. He's probably got something though. Quilled Wolf, huh? Well, we're offering the trade for that. All right. Now we will play our Graph Mole and end our turn. Probably Spectral Reserves next. Could also go Cathar Noose Constrictor, but given the board state, I think I like the Spectral Reserves a little more. Oh yeah, that'll be good. We're not going to play it just yet, but it will be good. And we will end our turn. Yeah, Noose Constrictor will be good for that. Of course, the Spirit tokens trading for it is nice too. Guardian Priest is also good against it, so we have a lot going on. Assuming it survives, the Priest, that is. And then we'll play the Constrictor as well. And just end our turn there. Red mana. If he has Galvanic Bombardment, it'll be hitting that Sigardian Priests immediately. Right, we're not going to do anything about that. He hasn't played a spell yet, but I'm sure he will. This wolf is almost to where he can start getting pumped. That's the Skinner we should have taken. I feel like now. Okay. I guess another flyer is better. So we'll play it. We'll tap down a Stitchwing Scob at the end of his turn, or at the beginning of combat. Probably I'll wait till the end of his turn, though, to decide what I want to tap. Because now I have 4 flying damage in the air. I think if he wants to swing with this, I would just take it. Probably. I could also just block with Noose Constrictor, I guess. Yeah, I probably should have tapped before he swung. We'll just take it. Well, we're going to tap something at the end of his turn. That guy again. Ours just won't show up for us. But we can like attack with everything after I tap down this Quilled Wolf, which isn't great for our opponent. He may have another 2-drop in his hand or something. Well, we'll tap that. Hello. Now we just need a clue. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think I swing with everything except for yep. Seems good. Yeah, that's your best block. The rest are not so good. He may have a trick, I guess, that can help his guy survive or something. All right. Then we're going to play out Lone Rider. Should I play the Cathar and just try to go wide on my opponent here? It seems kind of dangerous given the 4 cards in his hand. There aren't any board sweepers in his color exactly, but like Spreading Flames would be pretty ugly. He is 2 mana away from it, though. Yeah. Let's just try to go as wide as we can. Just try to kill him. If we ever get a clue, this will transform. That would be nice. Fogwalker. Yeah, that's obnoxious. That is obnoxious. So I think we tap down the Scob, the Stitchwing one, that is. Okay. It's only a Wretched Griff. That's all, you know. He gets an Eldrazi and a card out of it. Okay. I'm leaning towards letting him declare his attacks again, because if I tap down his flyer, I can get in for so much. And I can block here if I decide to, at least the guys on the ground. So let's see what our opponent does. Okay. So he has 4 blockers. He's not going to be able to block 2 flying, and then we have 4 attackers. So we can get rid of 2 of them with Priest twice. It's not quite going to be good enough, but I think we still take it here. Go to 8. Tap down his Wretched Griff. Hey, there's our Griff. That's the before picture, and that's the after picture, I guess. Man, I wish I could transform this guy right now. So, if I tap down another creature, probably the 1/3, because the others he can block without dying. So I tap him down. You have 2 blockers. You take 2 in the air and go to 8, and then you'll block. Yeah, it's not enough. It is not enough. It's not worth tapping a guy right now, is my point. Okay, well, I think the Cathar may as well attack, and the 2 spirits. Maybe also the Graph Mole. Probably not the Graph Mole. Oh, you don't need to attack. We'll just attack with our spirits. We are tied all up at 8. I'll play a Dawn Griff. And I'll end my turn. So I'm probably going to throw the Noose Constrictor in front of the Stitchwing Scob here. And tap down the Wretched Griff. It's a close game. This guy can get through, basically, is what kind of sucks. Oh, man. Why all the... What's up with that? My poor Dawn Griff. All he wanted to do was live. Tap down the Wretched one. Okay. So you can pump this up to 4, which we don't really want. Actually, you can hit me for up to 5 with this. So I think we just have to block it, unfortunately. And I think I'm going to do it with this. Go up to 9. I'm going to draw a way to get a clue now. I know it, but we just can't afford to be taking that. The Sigardian Priest is basically the only thing keeping me alive. If we drew our Ulvenwald Mysteries, we'd be able to really pull ahead, I think. But I'm not sure we will anytime soon. All right. He's probably going to get back his Scob. So if he has the Scob and this, that's 6 flying. I'll tap 1. I can chump that. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're still okay to swing here. Does he have something? Oh, is it another aim high? Man, it is. Aim high is wrecking me. Oh, I can still tap it. Is it worth tapping it? And then if I tap it, if he plays the Scob again, he has 6 flying damage next turn. We're just going to retap it. That means we have lethal next turn. He's probably, like I said, getting the Scob back, but we were going to play the Dawngryff again. So he has to discard both cards in his hand if he gets his Scob back. So we have that going for us. All right. Drop him to 4. And then we will play Dawngryff. And end our turn. Wow. I guess our opponent just realized he just can't win, I guess. Works for me. All right, so let's begin sideboarding. I think we already did what we want to do. And we'll go into game 3. Well, that's a bad hand. We will be mulliganing that one. Another bad one. This is one that can be salvaged by a Plains on top of my library. I do get to scry and I'm on the draw, so I think I keep it. Good. I think that was right. Got an early Priest, which is good. That's basically what won us our last game. Probably lead with the Constrictor, though. Of course, the game where... yeah, we'll lead with the Constrictor. The game where our opponent couldn't play anything on turn 2. We didn't have our Werewolf who can transform. Does he need green mana? Kind of seems that way. So Grafmole plus Root Out plus Lone Rider. It's kind of convoluted, but that can in fact lead to a transformation. We're going to play the Mole. End our turn. We also need him to play a target for our Root Out, which we've seen. Okay. God, Lone Rider's pretty good against that Scob, huh? I think we're okay with trading one of these for that, so we're going to offer that up. I mean, yes, we lose our ability to gain 3 life, but... Actually, this wouldn't even be a trade. So I'm going to play the Priest now and the Lone Rider, since the Lone Rider can also just swing through the Scob. So if we draw land and he plays a target for Root Out, we can transform. All right. Yeah, it looks like he's off of one of his colors. That being green. He's 3 colors, though, so he's off of 2 of his colors. One of them's a splash. Ah, yeah, that's pretty good. Luckily, we can just tap that dude down like we did in the last game. I think that's probably what we do here. Tap him, swing with everybody. Then play our Spectral Shepherd. We go up to 18. We're going to hold on to this land just because it could be relevant for Noose Constrictor later. You know, that first match we had, our deck was like all about Emerge. I'm not sure we've drawn a creature with Emerge since then. Shockingly enough. Okay, he conceded. Not the best third game, but our opponent just got frustrated with our with his lack of green probably, and with our priest tapping everything down. All right, well, we went 3-0 with this thing. It was a fun deck, just basically an aggro deck with a little bit of life gain synergy, a little bit of Emerge synergy, so you don't always need a lot in this format. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.